Come on, let's go outside. Let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see. A big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Pat Becker. You know my co-host, Rusty.
Hey,
we have Cherokee Ballard with us today. Hallelujah. We are very, very privileged to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Liz Osborne, how are you?
I'm fine.
And you brought your little dog.
Benny.
Benny. And the interesting thing is that you got the dog. The dog came from the... From where? Midwest?
The Bella Foundation. It came from Elk City
From
Animal
Elk City
Shelter.
Animal Shelter to the Bella Foundation, which is the connection with Cherokee.
Right.
Yeah.
And from the Bella Foundation,
I
you
was
got
the
the dog
foster
to
mom.
foster. So did you fail as a foster?
Yes.
I think we can all
Well,
say
actually,
that.
what happened was I was debating whether I wanted to keep him or not, and I took him in to get neutered and shots. And Nina Geschwin, who's another one of the Nina Geschwin, who's another one of our Bella Fosters. She was working the spay clinic that day, and she said, "Oh, you have to take it. You have to take it."
And you did.
I did.
said, okay.
We're going to take a quick break, guys, and when we come back, Nancy Haddock is here.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
So we are so proud of you and so proud of your little dog, and that you're a foster failure. We're giving you the Dog of the Week, and this is a $100 gift certificate to A1 Pet Emporium, treats for your dog, and all kinds of happy things going on in there. So Nance, tell us about what you're here for.
Well, this is the time of the year that I give, in memory of my Alaskan Malamute faith, I give the Faith Award.
Oh, that's nice. Wow.
And this year, I thought that I'd give it to the Bella Foundation.
Yay, we'll take it.
Cherokee, if you could mind reading this.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. The Faith Award 2017. It is with great privilege we honor Cherokee Ballard, a valued star of Oklahoma broadcast television, for your dedication.
You're getting a little verklempt. Go ahead and read it, Nancy.
I wasn't expecting it. Thank you.
Okay, it's with great privilege we honor Cherokee Ballard, a valued star of the Oklahoma broadcast television, for your dedication to pet advocacy through the Bella Foundation. The Faith Hero Award acknowledges the value of your public admiration in helping to educate toward the responsibility of pet ownership. With a caring heart and determination, you have made a difference.
Oh, well, thank you so
Hey,
much.
And we also have $1,000 for Bella Foundation.
Wow, where's my name on there? No, I got the award. This is fantastic.
Thank you for everything
Thank
you do.
you. Wow, that makes me feel so wonderful. Thank you
Well,
very much.
it is very, very true. Everything that is said on there, my
Thank
dear.
you. Thank
don't
you.
Don't cry. You're going to make me cry.
I wasn't expecting that. Thank
No,
you so
well,
much.
you
But you were reading through it just
I was
really
trying,
well.
and
You
then
were
I saw
doing-
my name. I'm like, okay, somebody else needs to take over. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This is fantastic.
Well, it is well earned, well deserved, and we are so pleased to do
you.
that. Bella is very high on our level of attainment here. It is a model organization, and while we all are
you.
struggling, you know, Bella has its head, you know, held high, as there's so many of them. So we would express to you guys too, if you're going to make a donation, make it to one of these, because these organizations are local. They are doing so much good, as Lynn will attest to.
Absolutely.
And Lynn was holding this as a secret, by the way. She wasn't going to tell you. I swore her to secrecy.
Oh, thank you
but
so
we
much.
bless you, and thank you for
This is
everything that you
wonderful.
do.
We will put this to very good use, I promise.
I would agree. I
comes
bet
at
you
a
do.
great time. Thank you.
Good. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Dog Talk fans, make sure you join the conversation on social media. Just go to facebook.com/dogtalktv. We'd love to hear a story of your furry friend, so send us an email to pat@dogtalktv.com. You could be featured as our Dog of the Week. Now, enjoy the show.
You know, Rusty, it is so important that we talk about getting a dog's teeth cleaned.
Oh, it's very important. It's probably the number one thing that dog owners don't think about.
They really don't. And sometimes it's neglect, sometimes it's inconvenient. But folks, you know, you go to your veterinarian and you get this dog's teeth cleaned professionally. then you know you're not going to have that gum trouble. And gum problems can be horrible because, you know, you get so many internal problems from that.
So true.
And heart problems. It's amazing. So we went to a veterinarian, Dr. Cross, and we got him to tell us all about it, basically, definitively, what goes on when you examine a dog's teeth, when you do the surgery, how important is it? So I wanted to share that with you.
Great.
Okay?
Look forward to it.
We are here today at a clinic, a veterinary clinic, to talk about getting your dog's teeth cleaned.
This is Lulu. She's a rescue. We've guessed she's between 5 and 7 or so. And then this little guy is Brutus, and he's just about 16 weeks. So I'm trying to see what I can do to his teeth pretty well.
And who do I have here?
And this is Lola.
And Lola looks very young.
She's 18 months old.
She's a puppy.
Yes.
So you're starting early then. Has she had her teeth cleaned then?
Yes, Dr. Cross has cleaned her teeth today.
Today?
Yes.
All right. Well, obviously she has recovered and everything is fine. So I guess there was no problem and everything this young. It's you know, it's a good time to start them. Well, she is adorable.
Thank you.
So you really believe in the teeth cleaning thing?
Absolutely. It affects their whole livelihood. You know, if you don't take care of your teeth, you can't eat.
Oh, that's a biggie.
Yeah, and for dogs, you know, most of their food is hard, and so they need their teeth.
So you believe in teeth cleaning?
I absolutely do, especially with these big guys. It seems that, you know, they have a harder time eating when they get a little bit older. I have an old dog. She is 12 years old, and she's had a dental cleaning done. And so he is 6, and we're going to start getting in the routine of seeing if he needs his teeth cleaned. The big guys don't like me to get in their mouth and brush them.
Yeah, you have to start with them pretty young to get them used to that.
Yes, and so we do treats, a lot of treats that Dr. Cross has recommended, and we'll continue to do that and then get his teeth cleaned if they need it.
Let's talk to this lady. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Great, and this looks like a Jack Russell Terrier
It is.
type.
This is Marley.
This is Marley. Well, Marley is adorable. Now, will you be having Marley's teeth cleaned?
If they need it, Marley will be 3 in May. And I learned my lesson with my Yorkie, who had to have some teeth pulled and had tartar and then ended up getting some heart problems because of it. So we want to keep them healthy.
Absolutely, and that's an excellent, I just think it's wonderful that you feel that way. I wish everybody did. And it's a wonderful, wonderful issue to take care of, especially when they're young. And of course, by the time they get to be a senior dog, it is imperative as far as I'm concerned. So I asked Dr. Cross if he would sort of give us a demonstration. If this lady had just brought her dog in, the dog had never been examined, his teeth. And so we're going to see what it looks like, what the process is. Can you do that for us, Dr. Cross?
I sure can, Pat. Just we're going to look and do a full examination of the mouth as best we can with the patient not under anesthetic. And the things we're going to look for would be the condition of the teeth and gums, and also the alignment of the jaw, because that's important too. That lends to dental disease if the jaws are not aligned properly. In this case, they're aligned fairly well. You may notice
missing one there.
Well, actually, no, that is not missing. That tooth is under some exuberant gum tissue, which is an example of one of the things that we see with periodontal disease. That's called epulus. And literally the gum has overgrown the tooth. You can see the tooth underneath it right there.
Oh,
see
it
that?
sure is.
And that tooth is actually broken off. And we don't know why. This is an active outdoor dog, so it could have been almost anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And then also we're looking for missing teeth, which if we know the dentition of the dog, then we can determine if there are any teeth missing.
And this is an older dog too. This is a 10, 12-year-old dog, would say?
Well, how old is she?
Like that?
She's 12. And then, of course, we're looking for the condition of the teeth in general. Are they the right length? Do they have discoloration? And discoloration is actually due to different aspects of dental disease. The most common thing is tartar, which is or calculus that we call this brownish material, and that's almost always, if not covering the entire teeth, it will be above the gum, and that's where the problem is right there.
Exactly. So it's very, very similar to humans in that, very like the same thing.
My guess is you won't see many humans with this severe tartar and calculus. I don't know that, but we would hope not.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Of course, if you notice this teeth here, this is not as dark of a color, but that is calculus right there above my thumb, or tartar, and it's stuck to the tooth. It's very hard. It's very difficult to remove, and it's pushing that gum up. The gum tissue actually has a natural fold over the tooth on a very small distance, and that's called the sulcus, and that's actually where we accumulate bacteria and debris and inflammatory elements that are produced by the body. And that's where we begin to see infection that can lead to severe problems, not only the loss of tooth or disease of the teeth, but that bacteria can enter the bloodstream and cause disease in internal organs specifically. And the most common thing that we see there is with heart disease. That bacteria and it's specific bacteria, by the way. We found that one time we believed that maybe there were several bacteria involved in the disease process, and we found that through research that no, it's very limited, and but they're there, and it's can enter the bloodstream.
There is consequence for that. So
yes, and cause the disease of the lining of the heart, valves. And interior of the heart.
Yeah, so this dog, obviously, because at its age, you wouldn't see this kind of problem with a younger dog?
Well, you could, and it depends on the breed and condition. There's some genetic aspects to whether you develop large amount of tartar or not, and also another thing that would, as we mentioned earlier, the alignment of the jaw. If the jaw is aligned properly, then you're going to see less tartar because the teeth literally scrape each other and remove some of the plaque and tartar. But if you've got a dog with poor alignment, they'll develop more tartar because that mastication there, the friction's not as prevalent.
Oh, so interesting. That is so interesting. We appreciate you letting us see that, and your little dog has been so good and so cooperative here. Just a very, very good girl. Yes, she is a beautiful lab.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Let me ask you then, in order to get my puppy, if I have a puppy, in order to get that puppy healthy and have healthy teeth, what should I do exactly?
Well, it's good to go to your veterinarian early on, and of course, hopefully you'll visit your veterinarian for the first time, maybe at say 6 weeks of age. Now, of course, puppies have baby teeth; they have deciduous teeth, so those are going to hopefully be shed, lost early in life, up to 6 months of age or so. And it's good to monitor the health of the baby teeth because they're important too.
Okay, but what kind of food should we be feeding? Kibble? Should we feed the wet? Should we be feeding that stuff to chew on? What's the proper way of going about it?
Surprisingly, you have a lot of choices there. There are actually foods that are made for dental health prevention of disease, and those are great. But you don't necessarily have to use those foods. They're much like we are. Our dental health is dependent on preventive care, which could include brushing of the teeth or some form of aid in removal of the plaque accumulation on the tooth. And this will help to keep the tooth healthy and the gums healthy at the same time.
Let me ask you, are there different breeds who would have teeth problems maybe more than others?
Yes, there's definitely a genetic predisposition to dental disease, just like there is in people, apparently. It seems like the smaller breeds, they tend to have more problems earlier in their life. But I'll tell you, no matter what breed you have, no matter what the case is, if you'll start early in life to do some form of preventive care, like brushing, or it can be as simple as just rubbing the teeth with cloth.
Oh, that's a good one.
It can be that easy if nothing else. The method that you mentioned, to use a brush with the dentifrice made for pets, I mean, that's ideal if you can do that. I think some people are reluctant to do it because they're afraid that they may get bit, or the pet may not like it.
And as a puppy, it's good to start, as you say, even with a cloth. That's a great idea, because then you get the puppy used to something around its mouth. So when you bring a dog in, hopefully twice a year for an exam, that dog gets very used to it, and for the veterinarian, it makes it a lot easier.
That's absolutely correct.
So that's a good start right there. I like that.
Well, that's true of any training. If you get if the pet finds out that it's not unpleasant to have it done, and they're reinforced for the behavior of allowing that to be done, then they're more likely to do it early in life, and that'll persist throughout their life, and it'll make it a lot easier for someone to continue preventive care for their dog's teeth, even late in life, which is more important probably.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's very, very sound.
With dental disease, we see problems with loss of teeth, odoriferous breath, which is the most common complaint my clients have.
So that would be a symptom then?
Absolutely it is. That odor is there because bacteria are growing in the mouth. Okay, it's that simple. Now, those bacteria can actually enter the bloodstream, and as a matter of fact, many times they do. Probably the #1 cause of congestive heart failure in my smaller breed patients is congestive heart failure due to periodontal disease or disease of the gums and teeth. The bacteria enters through the mouth, through those lesions in the gums, into the bloodstream, has an affinity for the lining of the heart, and damages the heart's valves and the vessels around the heart. And that can shorten a dog's life, lead to disease form even at the late part of its life. And this is the most important reason, in our view, for taking care of a dog's teeth, is the prevention of those terrible diseases that can lead to the dog's early death or disease.
And you know, it has crossed my mind, I wonder what dog owners would do or think if they knew that their lack of attention to this sort of issue caused that. You know, I mean, if I, as a dog owner, would think, if I only had listened to my veterinarian, if I only had taken these kinds of steps to be sure that the teeth were there. Nobody, I think, realizes, Dr. Cross, the consequences of the teeth thing. And you talk about it, I can talk about it, but getting people to understand what horrendous harm it can do is so vital, is so necessary. And if you take your dog into a veterinarian at least twice a year, that veterinarian is going to examine those teeth.
Absolutely.
And if that veterinarian says, ooh, your dog's teeth need cleaning, the important factor is, and oh folks, please, for goodness sakes, take advantage of this information from Dr. Cross. We have shown you what can happen with the lab that we were examining, that Dr. Cross was examining. You could see what was happening to the gums. The next step would have been something very, very horrific. So please, for goodness sakes, take advantage of this advice. Dr. Cross, we appreciate it so much. I hope that we have gotten through to some people. We can yell and scream and holler about it, we can beg, we can plead, we can joke about it, but the bottom line is it causes terrible problems. Thank you so much, Dr. Cross. It's been great.
Thank you, Pat. I enjoyed it.
I appreciate your advice. I don't know why people don't pay attention to getting their dog's teeth clean. I can't figure it out. They have a dog that begins to get symptoms of illness, and they don't know what's going on, and it can be that kind of problem. So please, folks, for goodness sakes, take a time out and ask your dentist if you're in question about it. Does my dog need its teeth cleaned? So I'm glad we put that to rest.
That was great. Thank you.
And if you have to ask that question, chances are the answer is yes.
You're right. Seth Coburn, you just said something very profound. I appreciate it. This is my friend Seth, and he has KLAW. He's from KLAW down in Lawton.
Yes.
And has a wonderful facility down there with the radio and what have you. And you guys came up with a great plan that I was just thrilled when you told me, with the Town Square Pet Patrol. So tell me about that.
Well, we've teamed up with, it's now 13 agencies and shelters throughout southwest Oklahoma to feature one of their animals, each location every week that is looking for a home. We're also promoting upcoming events like adoption fairs or spay and neuter clinics and those types of things to get the word out there, because it's simple that a lot of these shelters are running out of room to keep animals, and they really only have one alternative if we can't find them a home.
Well, I have to use the term preaching to the choir here, but but we know it so well. And you know, the rescues and shelters are in dire need, and in your particular area, which for this municipality would be pretty rural, but the area that down there, there's a lot of farms, there's a lot of places that are out away from the town, and these dogs, some of them get injured, some of them get dumped, some of them get surrendered, so it adds up.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people think that the best place that they can get rid of this dog that they no longer want, they no longer have room for, they no longer can afford, is to take it out in the country, because there's lots of farms out there and it'll find a home. But that's not the case. That's not the case. And we have, especially in Lawton, we have 3 agencies alone that concentrate on animals that are found in Lawton and around the surrounding area, and all 3 of them are full, whether they be foster agencies, whether they be the city shelter, whatever the case may be. They're all full of dogs and cats. And you know, while they do have events and while they do find homes for these animals, sometimes it's, you know, they're bulging.
Yeah, and I think Rusty would agree with me that a lot of times in areas that are this out away from towns, people do a lot of backyard breeding.
Yeah.
And sometimes by not spaying or neutering your pet, it's unavoidable.
Right.
Well,
You know?
you can also have accidental breeding. If you have a large populations of random dogs visiting,
That's right.
oh, my dog's fine, nobody else is around here. It doesn't take that long to have that accidental breeding.
That's exactly right. So it's just going to happen, and I am so thrilled that you all have started this. So do you have a Facebook page or a...
Well, basically, we publish this every weekend on our radio station's website. We have
Great.
We have 3 stations: KLAW 101, and the website for that is klaw.com. Z94, which is our rock station, and their website is z94.com. And then Pop Crush, which is our top 40 station, theirs is popcrush1073.com. And we feature it every week. We have a picture of the animals featured by each of the different locations. We have a biography on them. And we get some really great responses. As a matter of fact, we had one 2 weeks ago. We featured a young kitten. Was actually our lead picture on the story. It was, you know, came out on Wednesday. By Wednesday afternoon, it had been adopted. Mm-hmm. My favorite story, though, is we had a dog we featured this week named Branson, and he was located in Carnegie. Now, Carnegie is one of our terminating shelters. Branson was on his last couple days. We had a gentleman who was surfing the web looking for animal shelters, and he lived in Missouri. He found our pet patrol. He saw Branson's picture, called them and said, "I'm coming down to pick the dog up." He was down there, drove from Missouri to Carnegie the next day, and adopted Branson and took him home.
Oh, how wonderful.
Branson
I love
had one day left on death row at that point.
You know, and this happens daily.
Yeah.
Daily. It's not just dogs that cannot be adopted for some reason. Either they're aggressive or they have medical problems. It's not this. It's innocent dogs who would make great family pets.
And a lot of times, especially in the case of the smaller shelters like Carnegie, the reason these dogs are still there is because people don't know these shelters exist. And that's what we're doing here, is we're getting publicity, especially to some of the smaller shelters. Elgin, Carnegie, we have Friends for Change in Chickasha. We're trying to get these animals a chance. And not only these animals, because you may see a picture of a dog or a cat on our pet patrol that you like. By the time you get to the shelter, he or she may have already found a home, but there's still 10 or 15 other animals looking for a home, and you may find another one there that you may love just a little bit more.
That's right. And I have nothing against people getting 2 dogs.
No, not at all. I've got 2 myself.
Multiple dog households are great. Well, we so appreciate you coming in, and I understand that you're going to come back once a month or so.
Once a month, we're going to come back and give you guys an update. We're going to let you know some of the animals that maybe, especially if we get some of these that are close to that deadline, and definitely we can help find them.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that you have had sent us so many pictures of so many different kinds of dogs and different breeds of dogs, and they all look so wonderful. They all look, I'm just in awe of what you're doing.
I believe the phrase "no dog is complete till it has a home, and no home is completed till it has a dog."
Write that down, Rusty. That is a good one. That's an excellent one.
We have a little bit of time to end our show. Can you tell us how your program started?
Well, our station used to run a program with the Lawton Animal Control, and I took over this program in January. And I decided, well, there's more to our listening area and our area than just Lawton. So I decided to take it to all of the programs. As a matter of fact, I'm looking right now to expand even up into the Oklahoma City area and help some of the shelters out here.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
We're also looking to go a little further south, maybe down to the Wichita Falls, Texas area, and try to get some of those animals some help too, because some people may not be willing to drive from, say, Lawton to Oklahoma City, or from Oklahoma City to Lawton, but they would be willing to drive Oklahoma City to, say, Chickasha or to Norman, and we can maybe help them.
Yeah, that would be excellent. Well, we thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to your coming back and enlightening us, updating us on all this. And this Pet Patrol, now how can people get in touch with you once again?
Well, you can find it at our websites. We have 3, klaw.com, z94.com, and popcrush1073.com.
And just go there and you can see pictures of the dogs and what have you.
Pictures of the dogs there, and if you have any questions, you can contact me. My email is seth@klaw.com.
Sounds wonderful. Folks, take it to heart. Down in this area, if you live down in that area, for goodness sakes, you have friends that live down in that area, let them know, okay? We've had a great show. Seth, thank you very much for coming. Rusty, it's been an experience again. It's always fun. We will see you guys next week. Be sure and tune in.
Talking about dogs, talking about big dogs, talking about little dogs, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging holes, thing like that. Dogs, talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs, dogs, just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the garbage, looking to eat. Out there sad and on their own, the law will get them if they got no home. Dogs, talking about dogs. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. You say they were angels sent from above, and a year or two later you fell out of love. You dumped them, man, and kicked them out. Now what the heck was that about? Dogs, we're talking about dogs. Dogs, them poor little dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about a little dog, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging the hole, things like that. Dogs, we're talking about dogs.